Thomas Jefferson, important leader of the American Revolution, third President of the United States, and founder of the University of Virginia, was a brilliant thinker and a practical philosopher. His legacy is inseparable from the legacy of the Declaration of Independence. However, there are many facets to that legacy that do not cohere with the brilliance of the Declaration. Although Jefferson wrote the Declaration, the draft submitted to Congress had been approved by a drafting committee. Congress removed denunciations of the British people and kept the king as the focus of rejection. Jefferson justly deserves commendation for his part in the Declaration, but he did not act alone. Jefferson made many statements against the institution of slavery, but he owned slaves for his entire life and held ideas about race that can be described as prejudicial at least. Jefferson's ideas for separating white Americans from African slaves, including the deportation of the entire slave population out of the U.S., were impractical to say the least. Although the immorality of slavery was and is undeniable, the social and economic implications of abolition made it a complex problem. But like so many others, Jefferson seems to have not had the inclination or the ability to fight slavery in America. Jefferson applied the metaphor of a wall of separation between church and state in a letter to the Danbury Baptist Association of Connecticut in January of 1802. The Supreme Court distorted the metaphor in its 1947 ruling, Everson versus Board of Education. Although Jefferson's personal convictions regarding Christianity seemed more in line with Bultmann than Calvin, he was certainly religious and certainly a dynamic advocate of religious freedom. His preamble to the Statute of Religious Freedom in Virginia remains an eloquent declaration of what religious freedom is and why it's important. Jefferson drafted a bill for the establishment of religious freedom and introduced it into debate in the Virginia legislature in 1777. It was finally passed into law after James Madison resurrected it. The ideas in this bill are contained in the Declaration of Independence and the First Amendment to the Constitution of the United States. After his retirement from public life, Jefferson helped found the University of Virginia, which significantly was not affiliated with any Christian denomination. As president, Jefferson dealt with the pirates of the Barbary Coast with initiative and aggressiveness. He took the initiative to put U.S. military forces in place to be effective, and he pushed Congress into supporting his decisions. The actions that Jefferson took were bold, successful, and were probably the best course of action in a complex situation. Autonomous executive action has been used by many presidents since Jefferson and Tripoli. This is an important part of Jefferson's legacy, which is often overshadowed, but certainly worth investigation, especially given our present experience with terrorism and piracy. President Jefferson also led the nation into the purchase of the Louisiana Territory from France. Although this legacy is not Jefferson's alone, it is immensely significant. So, the legacy of Jefferson is mixed. He compiled a declaration of inalienable rights that is brilliant philosophy and politically practical. He forged a solid framework for religious freedom, legislation for religious freedom. He established a baseline of strong executive action while effectively defending U.S. interests against outlaws in the Mediterranean. However, like so many other people of the founding generation, he did nothing of any effect to deter or defeat slavery in the United States.